Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about what happened to my blood work after eating 100 servings of avocado in 10 days. But first, here are a few fun facts about one of my favorite foods. The avocado. One serving is usually defined as 50 grams of the edible portion, which is about 1/3 of a medium to large avocado. Although we often refer to it as a vegetable, the avocado is actually both a fruit and a berry. The origins of the avocado go back a very long time, about 50 to 60 million years. During that time, large prehistoric animals helped spread the seeds, but since those animals became extinct about 13,000 years ago, humans have been responsible for its cultivation. Avocados have been grown and enjoyed by humans for over 10,000 years, originally in South and Central America. We're often encouraged to eat more fruits and vegetables, but let's look at the huge differences between various fruits. The avocado is technically a fruit, so if we compare 150 grams of avocado to an apple, we see significant differences. The avocado contains 13 grams of total carbohydrates, while a medium to large apple has about 23 grams. What's really interesting is the fiber content. Avocados have 4 times more fiber than apples. Although apples are often praised for their fiber content, avocados aren't always on those lists, even though they have more fiber. Fiber plays an important role in managing insulin resistance, which is a major issue for many today. When we break down carbohydrates, it's crucial to understand the difference between total carbs and net carbs. Net carbs are the total carbohydrates minus fiber, and we want to focus on them because fiber doesn't get absorbed by the body. The net carbs in an avocado are negligible, so it doesn't raise blood sugar much at all. On the other hand, the apple's net carbs are much higher and can significantly raise blood sugar levels. Avocados have only a tiny sliver of sugar, while the apple is loaded with sugar, 41 times more sugar and fructose than an avocado. So even though fruit like an apple is healthier than refined sugar, it still presents a challenge for those managing insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. The main difference between an apple and an avocado comes down to fat. The avocado contains 15% fat, with about 23 grams of fat in a medium to large avocado. Apples, however, contain virtually no fat. The high fat content in avocados, particularly monounsaturated fats, is one reason why they are often less popular with people trying to lose weight, even though these fats are actually beneficial. We've been conditioned to fear fat, but the fat in avocados is the same type found in olive oil, which is part of the Mediterranean diet, one of the healthiest diets in the world. Now let's take a look at my blood work. The first marker we'll look at is blood glucose. The optimal range for fasting blood glucose is typically 65 to 88, but the lab range can go up to 100. My fasting glucose before was 86, and after eating 100 servings of avocado, it was 85. So there was no significant change, and both values fall within the optimal range. Another important marker is hemoglobin A1C, which gives us an idea of average blood glucose levels over a longer period. The optimal range is between 4.8 and 5.3, and the lab range is up to 5.7. Before my experiment, my A1C was 5.3, and after it remained 5.3, so there was no change and I was still within the optimal range. The next marker is insulin, which is crucial for understanding insulin resistance. The optimal fasting insulin range is 2 to 5. Before eating 100 servings of avocado, my fasting insulin was 4.2, and after it dropped slightly to 3.9. This shows that my insulin sensitivity didn't change much during the experiment. Even though the lab ranges for glucose and A1C are a bit wider than the optimal range, insulin is a much more sensitive marker for insulin resistance, which is becoming more common in the population. If we look at insulin resistance trends, most people are heading toward higher insulin levels, which can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes. But when we only measure glucose, we miss the bigger picture. During my 10-day avocado experiment, I consumed 8,684 calories from 100 servings of avocado, which made up 31% of my daily caloric intake. On average, I ate around 2,800 calories per day. This also gave me 102 grams of protein, 354 grams of fiber, 96 grams of net carbs, and just 15 grams of sugar. The vast majority of the calories came from fat, about 800 grams, primarily monounsaturated fats. Despite the common fear of fat, Avocados provide healthy fats that are beneficial for heart health. Avocados are also rich in vitamins and minerals. During my experiment, I consumed 118% of the recommended daily intake of fiber, 40% of iron, 38% of magnesium, 77% of potassium, 32% of zinc, 98% of copper, and 34% of manganese. In terms of vitamins, I got 51% of vitamin C, 33% of vitamin B1, 57% of vitamin B2, 62% of vitamin B3, 100% of vitamin B5, 115% of vitamin B6, 116% of vitamin B9, 68% of vitamin E, and 91% of vitamin K. Looking at inflammation markers, my high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP, went from 0.83 before the experiment to 0.22 after, suggesting that my inflammation decreased. Another important marker is homocysteine, which indicates inflammation and is linked to heart disease. My homocysteine dropped from 10.7 to under 3, the lowest I've ever recorded. Ferritin, a marker of iron stores and inflammation, went from 334 to 231, further suggesting a reduction in inflammation. Now let's look at cholesterol and lipid levels. My total cholesterol went from 239 to 217. My LDL dropped from 154 to 117. And my HDL increased slightly from 69 to 72. Triglycerides dropped from 72 to 68. In conclusion, despite eating 100 servings of avocado, my blood work showed no significant negative changes. And in some cases, I saw positive changes, especially in markers related to inflammation and insulin sensitivity. If you found this information helpful, please like and share this video to help others benefit as well.